last year, the Alabama Crimson Tide. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. Commodores will kick it away to start us off. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So Alabama's offense will have the football first. And they are coming off a sensational performance led by this quarterback who's hoping he can build on things, Jesse.
Well, I know, having played the position, when you have a big game, you just can't wait to get back out there again and build on that performance. David, last time out, he was making the right reads. He showed off his arm talent. He had this offense moving up and down the field and finding the end zone, and you know he's excited to take on this defense today.
Yeah, and talking to the defensive coordinators coming into this football game, like, they're not going to do what happened last week. Like, you can't sit back and make the coverages easy for him to diagnose. He'll pick you apart like he did last week. Look for some change-ups and some curveballs for this defense.
That offensive line grabbing and holding on, and they'll back up and try it again. He might want another play. Looking for a man. It's Russell. Here's a heat. Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm.
And there's an example of what happens when the quarterback doesn't have a chance to set his feet. The pressure just forced him to have to work off schedule a little bit. And I think because of that, wasn't able to be as accurate as he wanted to be.
Connection to the right. And they were looking for a chunk play, and they got it. The explosive picks up more than 30. How about that last big play? You're backed up, and now you've got it 1st and 10 from the 46. Caught on the outside. It's Adams. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one.
Yeah, and just understanding where you're at on the field. Make sure you get those feet down before you get too close to that sideline, so I get credit for that catch. Nice job. Nice pitch. Nice catch.
The Crimson Tide can dig into that playbook here on 2nd and short. Looking to throw again. Lets it fly. And it's incomplete after taking a shot on 2nd down. They're staring at 3rd. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Alabama comes to the line on 3rd and short. Trying play action. Bringing the heat. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. They'll leave the offense out there to try to get it past the marker and pick up the 1st. On 4th down, they're taking to the air. Hauls it in, the 1st down and more. There he goes. Touchdown, Alabama! A great catch and run for 6.
Yards after catch. That's what this guy gives you. That was a simple slant pass. He caught it, made guys miss, showed you the speed, and it was pay dirt from there. What can you say about this guy's athleticism, man? He is such a weapon.
And he'll return it and try to get behind his blockers. And a really nice job by the kick team to get down there and make sure they limit that return. The Commodores offense has the ball for the first time. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. Give to the running back. Finds just enough daylight to work his way up to the 19-yard line. Let's take a big view here about Vanderbilt. The biggest problem for schools at this level is getting enough big bodies, particularly on the offensive line, and getting a 3-star guy like this can rip. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line. When you play at a place like Alabama, you have to live up to the legacy of seasons. The Marcel Darius is when you play on that defensive front.
And the funny thing is, Reese, I can keep going. Quentin Williams, Will Anderson, like the list goes on and on and on. Just elite level recruiting on the defensive line, on the edge, is how they built this dynasty at Alabama.
And the Commodores send out the punt unit. They'll have to boot it away for the first time tonight. First one of the day is on its way, and he's been sort of scarce around here, only called on one time in that loss last week. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. Already a solid start to this one, now back to work with this 7-0 lead. A strike downfield. Oh, he's got some space. And the tackle is made, but not before that completion gets him 30+. They got the explosive play now to finish the deal. It's 1st and 10 from the 12. Firing to the right, complete. They get it down to the 7 on that pass play, in prime position for a score. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. He wants it all. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. They get it into the end zone to pay off that opportunity.
This offense is high-octane, boy, and you just saw it. Not a lot of time needed for them to go all the way and score 6. Well done.
He'll try to tack on one more. And the extra point makes it 14-0. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Fellas, it has gone final in the ACC, a matchup we've been keeping a close eye on. Miami opened up a can, and how many times can you say you went into someone else's building and beat them by double digits? It's what happened today, and the rest of college football should take notice. Never know what can happen when two good teams face off, but even the most plugged-in ACC fans have to be surprised by this one, fellas.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there.
Man, this defense is setting the tone early. 3 and out on the first drive, and on the first play, the second drive, they get a TFL. They are sending a very clear and distinct message to this offense. They are going to set the tone of this game.
From the gun, the running back looking for room. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going and hand him the ball.
He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And I think a lot of people are going to look at that drive, and first of all, the drive was awful. They're all going to look at the drive and say it was awful, but how about the giving up on 3rd down? I mean, you got 3rd and long, you try to sneak a run in, and this drive, this possession, it was disastrous for the offense, and now you just hope you have enough space to get a punt off.
Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. They put 2 touchdowns on the board in the early going, and now right back to work. Looking downfield, it's Russell. Throws to the wideout. Grabbed over the middle, it's Adams. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Off play action on first down. He lets it fly. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in.
Well, this offense has gone his way early and often in this game. They've gotten into a nice rhythm. That time, though, the defense was expecting to throw going his way, and they put a really nice hit on him to force the incompletion.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Wants to go up top. This time he's got his man. They'll get him out of bounds and mark it at the 21. Alabama needs just a few inches here on 3rd down. Wants to keep it in the air. Makes the grab. Picks up enough to give them 1st and 10 from the 13. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. from the red zone, looking for a space. Got it! And he's into the end zone! Touchdown time! They are seizing control and taking away hope as they push out the lead in this Week 8 showdown. And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21. They score for the big fella here. Why are tight ends so effective in the red zone?
Well, these aren't the guys that are going to burn by you and go for 70 most of the time, but when you can use their big-bodied frames, threaten them to run the football and be a blocker in the running game, and now you slip them in the secondary, make that big play.
Vanderbilt has it back and heading out to go on the attack. They haven't exactly burst out of the starting blocks, and they need to get something together with this possession. Opening play of this drive comes from the 13-yard line. He'll do it himself. Oh, it's a fumble. Oh, unfortunate to get that one back, and as an added bonus, they get the first down. Setting up for a 1st and 10 from the 26. On the run, it's Roberts. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. This quarterback part of their running game. And after the tackle, that will bring us to the end of the first quarter. So they go back to work after the break, and it is 3rd down. So Alabama takes the lead into the quarter break. Man, that was an impressive and dominant first quarter. Let's take a look at the stats before we move on. Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Pulls it in, it's Roberts. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short. The Commodores line up to punt it away. Pulls it in and looking upfield. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. Here comes that Alabama offense. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute it.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
Intercepted, and finally, this defense makes a play.
And he makes a play in the back end. Nice job reading the pass, and that's his 2nd of the season. This guy, unbelievable job seeing the quarterback, breaking on the quarterback, and going and getting that big play.
Safe completion on the screen. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Back to pass. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
Man, it's easy to play defense when you can do this. When you can get to the quarterback quick and make him make a decision quick, it makes it easier for the secondary, for the linebackers, for everybody on the field.
Caught over the middle. It's Roberts. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down. And the Commodores looking to convert on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Unloads to the right. He's got it in, more than enough for a first down. Turns out to be an easy conversion for this offense as they move the chains on 4th down. Defense showing blitz here. They're going back to the ground. He's stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. 2nd down, he'll throw it. They'll run the screen. And he never had a chance. As soon as he caught it, the defense was right there.
You know, that's one as a quarterback. When you see all those defenders around your intended target like that, just throw it in the ground or throw it away. I mean, that's a completion that loses yards. You're just hurting your offense there.
The screen, he can go. He is denied. Cannot get to the first down marker, and it's 4th down coming. The Commodores will come to the line to convert on 4th down. Trying to do it on the ground. He's not going to get there. Stopped short on 4th down.
And how about the defense coming up big on 4th and short? You know they're going to run the football. Great job stacking the box, getting the big stop.
Power football with the run. And he's able to bounce off one tackle for a solid pickup.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
Gets the back moving. Back to throw, it's Russell. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum.
And this is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
The lone back's got it. He gets nothing, and they keep plowing ahead with the running game, and they've got very little to show for it. Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. Tight end now in motion. Off play action. Caught behind the line. It's Coleman. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
That's a great example of the defense there tackling the catch. As soon as the big fella caught the ball, down he went, not picking up the first.
3rd play of the drive, and they need to make something happen here on 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. A shot toward the end zone, and he's going to score. Touchdown, Vanderbilt. The offense did exactly what it's supposed to do with a start like that one.
When you're set up with that field position, you're thinking touchdowns. You're not thinking field goals. It's exactly what the offense does. Takes advantage of great field position.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Looking to throw on 1st down. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on 1st down. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Couldn't connect on 1st down, now back to the air. I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete.
And you've seen this formula work at all levels of football. You pressure the quarterback, his numbers start to drop. He's not as efficient. Nice job by the defense.
Going downfield for the big play. And he throws another interception, his 3rd of the night. He stopped not much on the return, but a whole lot in getting the football. They'll start this drive from their own 35-yard line. Looking downfield on 1st down. That's caught. It's Fitzgerald. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the 1st down. 2nd down. They'll go to the air. Got him downfield. They finally get to him. But what a play there to pick up the 1st down.
And I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
We got a timeout here late in the 1st half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. And the Commodores trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. To the air on 2nd down. That's caught. It's Polk. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. A veritable crimson tide of noise on Saban Field here on 3rd down. Catch in the middle. It's Richardson. They'll immediately call timeout.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that 3rd down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
Hit hard as he released the ball on that 1st down pass, and it never had a chance. What will they dial up on 2nd, and a long way to go. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle. They've got it in field goal range, but they'll try to convert this 3rd and long from the 20. He's looking to throw. On the run, fires downfield. He's got it. Works his way to the 4-yard line, and they'll have it 1st and goal. And this is a really important series of plays, a chance to cut into the lead just before halftime. Going for 6. Falls incomplete, and he did everything perfectly except catch the football. 2nd down coming. And they'll send 5 wide receivers out, maybe creating some room for the quarterback to run. He's moving out of the pocket. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Commodores!
That's exactly what this offense needed to do. You talk about answering at the right time, right before the half, close this gap, create some momentum, go into the half, put something together, try to come out with your hair on fire and win this 2nd half.
And it'll come out to the 25, no attempt at a return. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about this quarterback right here, too. How does he fight through adversity after that last drive?
Yeah, clear the mechanism, move on. That's a part of it, right? If you're going to be a great player, you got to learn how to handle these mistakes and move on.
And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on.
Yeah, and I love taking deep shots. I think it makes cornerbacks play honest, safeties play honest, and you could tell just missed a little bit deep on that shot. But listen, those are shots that we want to take because
he's got it down the left side. Knocked out of bounds after a good gain on that one. They'll spot it at the 43. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime.
It feels like everything this play caller has called has worked so far in this.
He wants to go deep. Into the hallelujah land. Touchdown, Bama!
And that's just a fantastic job of executing the 2-minute type situation by this offense. Something you practice all week long for end of half and end of game. Quarterback, really nice job. Good job by the staff, too, getting the plays in quickly so they could get up to the line of scrimmage and get going. And them scoring that touchdown with seconds to go here in the first half, piling onto their lead, that gives them tremendous confidence heading into halftime.
And the offense will play it safe, take a knee, and head to halftime. That's the end of the 2nd quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Gentlemen, what else is new? A spirited environment there in Tuscaloosa. And how do we possibly begin without singing the praises of this receiver? His ability to find gaps, run textbook routes, and then show that breakaway speed. He simply is the total package. How this secondary responds, whether they try to double-team him or get aggressive at the line, that'll be the story of this 2nd half. And with that, let's send it back to the guys in T-Town.
Vanderbilt has the ball again, and here comes that Commodore offense. If they're going to get on top in this game, they're going to have to find a way to get the running game going in the 2nd half.
Agree, so it can create some more balance, some more
breaks into the open. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
What a run, man. I tell you what, it's hard to pop runs. It's hard to get 3, 4, 5, 6 yards a lot of times. But when you got backs like this who can make huge plays with the speed, getting out in the open field, can take it the distance on every play, defenses are scared out of their mind.
Offense working from the pistol. Single back formation, and they give it to him. We've seen a ton of this tonight. They just keep giving him the ball, and he keeps running into brick walls. Not much running room again. The Tide crowd rolling noise down onto Saban Field on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the wideout. And the missed connection on 3rd down.
Well, it's 3rd and short. They're throwing for it. They just can't come up with that one. Setting up a big decision now for the head coach on 4th down.
And they're running out the kicker to give it a try. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. He slides that just inside the right upright. They cut into that lead. It's now 28-17. After putting up a 3-spot, the kickoff unit set to go. No reason to risk trying to field that one as it skips through the end zone. It'll be a touchback. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. Things have been clicking along nicely, Jesse, but they have to make sure they keep it up.
Yeah, they got to wake up. It seems like they've been a bit lackadaisical here the last few drives, maybe as we've seen this lead dwindle a little bit, David. So they need a bit of a spark here to get that mojo back.
Yeah, and you always have the adjustments, and then your opponent adjusts, and now they got to readjust now because this game's getting a little bit tighter than they like.
The defense got caught that time, and they finally get him on the ground at the 41.
The defense has got to be able to make a play at some point here in the second half. You're down 2 possessions. You need to steal a possession badly. You need to have a takeaway. The coverage is going to have to be way tighter than on that last throw. Otherwise, this offense is just going to go up and down the field.
Alabama may always be built on the run, but these days they elevate with a high-flying pass game.
And great coaches evolve, and we've seen the evolution of this Alabama offense over the last several years, and it's not just run, it's not just eat clock, it is be aggressive, attack, make big plays down the field.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Looking to throw, it's Russell. Now adjusting. They get him out of bounds right at the 5-yard line, and that one might have saved a touchdown.
Well, he's showing you all the tools in the toolbox now. We saw earlier in the game his ability throwing the football, and now you're getting to see it with him running, too. This guy is the definition of a...
Into the end zone. Touchdown, Alabama!
And it's now the 2nd time this wide receiver has scored. Another outstanding job with the route. Great job securing the catch.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, every game in the SEC so vital to a team's season, and this one is no different. Auburn went on the road and just dominated. And that's one way to grab attention on a national level. Make a statement in someone else's house. Impressive showing that could be a huge confidence builder for this program. Back to you.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Off the play fake. That, friends, is a busting play. Incomplete. Guys, this offense is already reeling down. Multiple possessions, really need to cash in on this drive. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Oh, they're after him. Hauls it in. It'll be a 1st down as he gets it to the 24-yard line. The Commodores come to the line with a new set of downs. He'll keep it himself. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Lost 1 on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Looking to fire. Quick screen to the speedster out wide. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. They've made 3rd down offense a key. It'll be tested on 3rd and long from the 28. Here's the snap, ready to cut one loose. Gets it to him on the screen. And that one looked great on the grease board, but when they blow it up like that, the defense is going to win every time. They punt it away on 4th down. He'll settle for some pretty good field position and make the fair catch at around the 35. They'll put it in play from the 36 for the first play of the drive. Wants to throw, it's Russell. Fired that thing out in a heartbeat, but it's incomplete. So now it's 2nd and long. The offense changing the play. Second down, they'll go to the air. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was knocked loose, and third down is coming.
Yeah, and you just wonder if the defense now has taken out some frustration. Obviously, they've been getting lit up all over the place, and that time they finally gave it back to the offense there. Really nice, big, clean hit. This defense needs a little bit more of that as the game goes on.
Big play, takes him into plus territory. He's out of bounds at the 47. The offense will put it in play from the 47 on 1st and 10. Wants to go up top on first down. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming. Working well behind the sticks on second down. After the incompletion, they go back up top. Going for the big play. He makes a grab. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. And the stomping has commenced. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further.
You know, quarterbacks and receivers, they develop confidence and chemistry as the game goes on. These two right now are definitely on the same page.
He'll bring it out. It's Fitzgerald. Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. This drive will open from the 15. Running back searching for a hole. He stopped again. He's had a busy night, if not necessarily a productive one so far. And the Commodores now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. And talk about spreading the ball around. Everyone getting a chance to show off the hands based on the number of targets we've seen. They had a chance to mull things over, and let's see how they start the final period here on second down. They'll go right back to him.
And you can tell all eyes on this dude. Like, this defense is dialed in. They're going to try to continue to stop the run. You can tell, Palmer, it's the main focus of this defense.
Yeah, when we know with this offense, too, they go how this guy goes, and they've just never been able to really get him into a rhythm in this game. And you have to give the credit to the defense. They've been more physical at the point of attack. They've had a good game plan, and the offense just has not been able to counterpunch.
He'll get away another punt. He's been really active today, and no doubt he's going to earn his varsity letter. Here comes that Alabama offense. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect him.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34. Let's see how successful they'll be on 1st and 10. Got a man. It's Adams. Nice gain on that play, but a little bit short of the first down. Alabama with a multitude of options on second and short. Looking to throw, it's Russell. Throws to the tight end. Touchdown Tide! That's the way you finish a drive and put up points. They put another score on the board as they try to push this winning streak to 3.
And it hasn't mattered what they've called guys offensively all game long or who's been on the field, what personnel groupings there have been. They're simply executing at a higher level than this defense, and they're keeping their foot on the pedal here in the fourth quarter.
Vanderbilt has it back and heading out to go on the attack. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. He stopped in the backfield. And this just hasn't been his night. It's been more like a nightmare. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Wants to go up top. Finds his tight end. Found a little bit of room there to get it up to the 30 before going out of bounds. Ball sitting right at the 30. It'll be 3rd and short. From the gun, wants to pass. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. No hesitation at all. The offense stays on the field. They'll go for it. On 4th down, looking for the completion. Converts on 4th down. Still going. And the runner is down, and so is a flag.
Pass interference. Offense.
What an unfortunate penalty there. They thought they'd converted the 4th down. Instead, they'll have to try it again. No signs of any kind of kicker as they'll leave the offense out there to try to move those chains. On 4th down, they'll pass for it. All kinds of time before he fires right. And they finally make the tackle, but this will be a pretty easy conversion for this offense. The Commodores have it with a 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Caught near the sticks, it's Coleman. Lots of running room, and he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown Doors! Once the game reaches this point, you start thinking ahead and how you can find something positive to take into the next game.
Dang right. Keep the offense rolling. Try to find some plays that I can use throughout this season that I can have some more success, or I guess have success. I haven't had a lot of success today, but I'm looking for the future.
And he knocked that one right down the middle. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Tide offense rolls onto the field. They had this thing in a hammerlock at halftime, and now they are really ratcheting up the pressure, David.
And I tell you what, this offense doesn't have to change a thing, Palmer. They've done what they wanted in the 1st half and starting off the 2nd half in the same fashion.
And I like how they're letting different guys get involved, too. They've got so many different playmakers all over the field.
The Crimson Tide can dig into that playbook here on 2nd and short. The give as they work on that clock. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Stopping the run is very high on every defensive coordinator's list. Making the team one-dimensional. Nice job stuffing the run on that play right there.
The Crimson Tide needs to convert on 3rd and short. Fakes the grab. Turning it on. They got him free for a big gainer to the 43. This offense absolutely humming as they come to the line again. Makes it past the marker. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a 1st down.
That is just demoralizing if you're on defense, right? You're down in the game. It's the 4th quarter. You know you need to get a stop, and you know they're going to run the ball, but you can't do anything about it.
They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a 1st down.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, because of the timing, he was able to outflank the defense. That puts him out in space where he's able to use his speed. Nice job with the pre-snap motion and timing.
They'll dial up the run on 1st and goal. They just blew through that offensive line. It's a 4-yard loss. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score.